What happens if we know what to do then? Stock's at 44, you sell the $45 call, you bring in $1. You take that $1, you put it on a spread trade, sell the 47 calls, buy the 48 calls, so you have $1 tied up, but you get 30 cents. You only have 70 cents maximum loss over there. So it brought down over here, you spent 70 cents over here. So maximum loss over there would be $1. So, or maximum loss is 70 cents over there. So now, but if you're right, you'd make an extra 30 cents on top of the original $1 you made over here as well. So you'd make $2.30 profit. You're correct. $1 that you brought in, $1 that you brought in, $1 actually would be $2. It'd be $1 you brought in plus 30 cents to make $1.30, as long as it stays between 45. So stock goes a little above 45, not on a volume spike at all. 45.50, still got 2 weeks left for expiration. What are you thinking about doing? Well, you just run through scenarios. Because you're always looking at your charts. You're always doing what Tim Knight was teaching you. You're always looking at charts. Keep it simple. Nike's are still high, stochastics are still high. Market itself, the Dow, NASDAQ, the volatility, everything says we're still ready for a rollover. $45.50. 2 weeks left. What are you thinking about doing?
Just hold and it might drop below 45 by expiration.
Time to get you.
Just hold it. But if you weren't really positive, the stock's at 45.5. You always say, well, I'm just going to go ahead and buy back that $45 call right now. $4, 75 cents. Stock's at 45.50. Maybe it's $1. Maybe it's $1. Right? So you buy it back for $1. Right? So you buy it back for $1. Now, between now and third Friday of September, you have 2 weeks left. It goes up, down, or sideways. Give me a scenario.
It goes up.
Goes up. How high?
47.
47. Okay. What happens to your $47 call that you sold? Expires worthless? Yes. Okay. So your stock went from 44 to 47. How much you make on the stock? $3. And you made another 30 cents on the fair call spread that's expired. So you made $3.30. The stock went up. I did a covered call trade. I still made $3.30, even though it went up. That's okay. I like that. Okay. What if it goes down?
Just got a quick question for you. Just going to get off track a little bit. But do you have any aversion? I mean, are you against buy and hold? They say you got it.
No, I'm not against buy and hold. I actually have had a stock in my account that I've owned for quite a while.
But I'm saying if you buy it at the right spot, just stay in it as long as it keeps going up. That's...
Sure. Could you stay as long as it keeps going? Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I want to maximize my potential profit, every time it looks like it's high, I'm going to sell a covered call on it.
Okay.
There's nothing, you don't have to. If you get a stock that's in an uptrend, it's making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs, it could do this for years, could it not?
Yeah.
Years. And every time it goes up a little bit, it's high, and my MACD starts to cross and drop, I'm going to sell a call option. Maybe you sell it for $1, and as soon as it pulls back for 4 days, it pulled back, I can buy back 50 cents in 4 days. Is that still okay?
Yeah, that's good.
That's a little bit extra cash. Nobody says you have to wait until the end. I'm a big fan of closing your trades early. I'm a big fan of that. So if you can sell it for $1, you can close it for 75 cents. That's 25 extra cents on an uptrending stock you wouldn't have. I'm all for that. I don't want you to max out every last little dollar. I just want you to get a little bit extra all the time. A little bit extra all the time. Your waiter comes out and says, your meal's not free, we gave you free dessert. I'm okay with that. Right?
Yeah.
A little bit extra is okay.
Getting questions on what is perfecting profits.
What is perfecting profits? Perfecting profits is a service that, I don't want to get too far off this, but I guess we don't have much time left anyway, do we? Perfecting profits is a service. When I left Invest Tools, I wanted to start a service that did a few things. One, taught people how to trade correctly versus just the education. Most of you already have your education. You paid a lot of money for it, as did I. And now that I have it, I want to learn to perfect it and make a profit. So we call it perfecting profit. So it's a service that does a couple of things. One, it teaches you how to trade property, how to invest property, and make consistent profits by managing your money. And we do that by showing you our own personal trades that are only placed after the close of the day. We don't do any trades in the middle of the day, because that would be front running. Or we could just say, oh, we got it in the middle of the day, but sorry, you did it because you were working. We only place our trades after the market's closed, so everybody has the exact same opportunity to enter into the trades. So it's a service where we trade our own live accounts, my own personal money, show you our accounts. We don't hide anything from you other than the account number. We actually put our confirmation slips up there for you to see. We follow each trade until it's closed. So we have updates on it until it's closed. Oftentimes we have to manage them by doing exactly what I'm teaching you here, which is the fun part of it, I guess. It's much nicer to get into a trade and make a profit immediately, but because there's a few, not a lot, but there's quite a few people on the service, when we get into a trade, there's all of a sudden there's 4,000 or 5,000 contracts to go through immediately. The market makers see that, so they immediately take all time value out of the option, and everything you've learned about the Greeks is gone. That's why I talk about it. Because it's no longer in their best interest to give that to you anymore, which means we have to do a much better job of managing our trades. So the goal was to teach you to invest properly. How do you make a profit? Have us make a profit. And then we take 100% of all of our trading profits, so every penny we make trading the stock market, we donate it to a charity that all the members pay each month. So we've never kept any of the profits we made off. We donate 100% of it to charities. We let the members pick the charities. We've donated about $50,000 over the last year. So Perfecting Profits, it's an investing service. It's a live webinar every Tuesday night at 9:30 p.m. And it's just kind of like what you're seeing through here. You see our screen. You hear us talking about back and forth. We show you how we found the trade, what we're after, what we're going to do if it goes up, down, or sideways. We alter the trades. We cover past positions that we're in until each trade's closed out. So it's an investing service that does live trades. So I like it. So the goal was for us to give back, because we've been very blessed in our life, what we do, Stacy and I, my brother Chris. So our goal was we're going to make a profit whether you're with us or not. But if we could make a profit, have you make a profit and learn to invest correctly now, you pay all your money for education, and then help out charities at the exact same time, that was goal threefold. That's what we're at. So that's what Perfecting Profits. It's a live investing service. Yeah. It's not really an educational service. I don't teach calls. I don't teach puts. I don't teach. I'm assuming you already have the strategies, that you already know that. So we just go from what you know, let's start investing now. So that's what it is.
Do you do stocks or just
I don't really do stocks.
spread?
It's mostly options.
Oh,
Yeah.
credit spread.
Credit spread, some calls, some puts. Right now I'm in a put option right now.
Which one?
ADM. I'll show it to you here in just a moment.
We can go longer if you need, but
Okay.
can we take some online questions?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You might have answered this, but
Actually, before we get to that, I want to cover one last thing, Matt. We cover what happens if your stock goes up. I want to know what happens if my option goes down here. 5 more minutes, and I'll take any online questions you have until they're done. I don't have to be anywhere, so whatever you guys need.
Okay.
All right, so last part here. And I apologize for cutting you off like that.
no problem. Go ahead.
Last part here. What happens if my stock goes down? And that's going to happen. You're going to get a covered call trade. You own a stock. Nothing goes up forever. It's been up for 9 months, and now it starts to drop. This is where most people panic. If I don't want to do a covered call trade because I'm forced to own it when I sold the call. That stock's at 44. You sold a September 45 call. And now most of us think that we have to stay in that trade until the third Friday of September. And how low could it go? You only have to stay in that trade until that option is no longer valid. That option is no longer valid when it expires or when you close it. So if you sold the September $45 call and this stock starts to drop back down and it drops below support and it comes back and it drops through 40 on a heavy volume spike. Is that possible?
Sure.
Goes to, it doesn't on one day. It goes to 44, 43, 42, 39.50 volume spike. Broke support. Where's it going now? Usually if something drops in a hurry, it's because the institutions want to sell it now before it drops too much further, correct? All right, so at that point, what do you suppose the September $45 call is going to be worth? 5 cents?
Very little.
Buy it back and close it out for a nickel. Now you made 95 cents on the option. You're still down $4 on the stock, though, correct? So what if you now went back and you sold the September $35 call? I could sell the September $35 call when the stock's dropping. What's the call going to have to be worth? At least $4.50 intrinsic, right? Another 20 cents, $4.70. So now I sell the September $35 call for $4.70. Stock drops from 39, now goes from 39 to 38 to 37 to 36 to 35. I'm just making these up like that. Stock's at $35. How much have you lost when it went from $39.50 to 35? How much have you lost? $4.50 on the stock, but how much you made on the option? $4.50. Wow. So whatever the stock's losing, I'm getting tick for tick on the option side.